Tetracampeón, solo hay uno.
Wow.
How you feeling, Keeks?
That Tetra was won before the offsides rule was fucking made. I'm not gonna
That Tetra was won like in the 60s. My parents weren't even alive, bro. But lads, welcome back to another episode of the Lads Footy Show. As you guys know, as you guys are all aware, now America sold. Toluca finally champions after 15 years. We have a lot to talk about and cover today. Referee decisions, controversy everywhere. Alexis Vega just being the GOAT. And let's get into it right away. Instant reaction, Keeks. I think the biggest talking point is the referee. Both legs.
Questionable decisions,
which I can agree, but I think it's America finally getting a bit of their own medicine to you guys because come on.
Only America's rob, right? Only America, get the good calls towards
bro,
them,
it's
right?
every year with America robbing.
Where?
But this year, first leg, I'm going to touch base real quick on the first leg.
Dale.
The first leg referee was worse than the second leg. We can agree. But the first leg, I feel like America was looking more so of like, I'm going to dive, I'm going to fall to see what I can get out of the referee. There could have been 3 penalties in like the first 15 minutes. It was too early for those big decisions for me, I think. But regardless, the second leg, I think the penalty was correctly awarded.
I don't know, man.
I think it was a penalty.
I don't know whether the game was already done for that point. For various reasons, but besides the fact that I don't think that was a pen.
I think it was. I think it's very similar to the Rotondi one that we saw a couple years ago, where there's a little bit of contact with the ball, but there's still contact with the player. And it was copy and paste. And if that one was a penalty and America fans had nothing to say about it, then you guys can't say anything about this one because it's kind of copy and paste.
I think the more upsetting part is that while there was no contact on the ball, there was no contact on the man either.
One camera angle showed it like it was, and the other one it didn't. So I'm not sure.
VAR obviously has way more angles than what they show on the TV.
If you go back and you watch the replays and like the live actual footage of the game, the decision on the field was penalty. But look how long it took VAR to come up with a decision. I think the moment was too big, and they were wasting so much time on it.
That's why I feel like
they couldn't come to a concrete decision.
I feel like the ref should have won and checked at that point. I feel like that's the whole point of being the official referee. That VAR gives you advice and they tell you whether to take it or not. But if they really can't come up with a decision, then it's up to you. You have to go and check those replays, that footage. You have to go and be the one to make the ultimatum decision.
Who would have thought, boys? Americanistas complaining about referees.
I'm just saying, it's not the reason we lost.
Yeah, it's not the reason.
And
lost.
Let's face it, the officiating, obviously just wasn't the best, and it was proven. Yeah. It was proven this entire league, that the officiating just really wasn't the best at all, in my honest opinion. For the majority of the games that I saw, there was, controversial decision after controversial decision. And the officiating, just wasn't the best.
It wasn't the best.
Was it why America lost? Fuck no.
What wasn't the best was also this Liga final itself as a whole.
Oh yeah, out of the 4 that I've witnessed, this is definitely probably the least intense one.
I was expecting entertainments. I predicted goals in our preview, and we didn't get that. We got 2 goals come in the later minutes of the 180 that were displayed. 2 set piece goals, another thing. Corner kick and a penalty. So it wasn't the best footage, best gameplay. But America just weren't good enough. And that's what I want to get into. America in 180 minutes had 1 shot on target, which was Fidalgo's in the first leg. You guys didn't register a single shot on target.
So you wouldn't even consider Isra hitting the post like a shot on target?
It's not on paper. On paper, it's not. It hits the post. Dude, la vi adentro. I thought that was in.
We todos gritamos, güey.
Yeah,
todos gritamos. We all kind of hesitated, and then I'm already turning around fucking about to do a knee slide on asphalt and shit, and then I turn around and I look back at the TV and it's not even in the back of the net.
A knee slide on asphalt?
On asphalt, man. Right there, right outside on the road, innit?
Dude, that shit would have been nuts.
I'm telling you.
That shit would have been nuts. You would have ripped through your jeans, to be honest.
I was wearing shorts. I was cooked.
Oh, you were chopped. But anyways, I think 1 shot on target in a final where America had gotten completely obliterated the past teams in the finals with goals and goals. I think it just not good enough from Jardín at this point. 5 back again. I predicted Toluca to be in the final and to win it. But more so of this prediction, after the first leg for America, I thought it was wraps. I saw no way. I didn't see a single way where Toluca were going to lose it at home again. I think what they've shown this season, and I repeat it, they've just been too good. And I wasn't convinced what I saw from America at home, and I wasn't convinced going into that second leg.
The witnessing that we went out into the second leg with the 5-back, matching the same thing Turco went out with, I was already skeptical about it from the get-go. We did the same shit against Cruz Azul. We were down. We needed a win. We played a much more offensive style of play and a offensive starting formation to begin with. You know, we had a 4-back, not a 5.
Mm-hmm.
So my reasoning was, what the fuck, you know? Why didn't we go
for the goal?
Why did we not? Why did we plan to sit back in the Nemesio 10 as if Toluca weren't going to try to give us hell?
Yeah.
As if Toluca weren't going to be on the ball the entire game and press us. Why did we not fight back? Instead, we chose to play our counterattacking football, which has let us down through and through again. We don't have the team, which is crazy to say, but let me reiterate it. We don't have the squad to play that style of football. Counterattacking football.
You guys do, but the 11 men starting on the field wasn't for counterattacking football. You guys had one winger who was Sendejas, who isn't really a natural winger because he's a lot of like, play through the middle kind of winger. It was a 5-back. Your 3 midfielders were Jonathan Dos Santos, Fidalgo, and Chiquito Sanchez.
As inconsistent.
And up to front was Henry Martin, who didn't look good because of injuries, and Sendejas, who, you know, if he doesn't have the ball in the final third, the majority of the game, he's not going to be there.
No, and he's not a central. He's not best centrally, and that's been proven time and time with Sendejas because we tried playing him centrally multiple times, and it never really worked out.
So more so, I think what went wrong with America was due to Jardine. I think his game plan wasn't correct from the get-go. And that's what I think if there's someone to blame, I think it's Jardine.
In a sense.
You couldn't break down Toluca for 180 minutes, way.
I think it's that we were breaking them down with.
No, you guys weren't.
The first 30 was America.
No, it was. I know, but it was just passing the ball.
Then and there, when we had our closest chance, when we had our closest opportunity, we switched off. After that 30, it was all Toluca. And the first leg too. After the first half, we went into the second, played like shit. Toluca came out the much stronger side, and we ultimately got lucky. And if Paulinho was probably playing that first leg, I think it probably would have ended up worse. The second leg was just the same scenario. I saw us playing much more offensive. I saw us having more desire to have the ball, you know, in possession, but we did nothing with it.
Did nothing with the ball.
No creation in the final third at all.
And that's more so what I saw. What you're saying is what I saw mostly of the game. America has the ball, but with the ball, America wasn't able to create chances. Toluca, they weren't either, but
they convert.
And that's what, you know, has them being a champion.
Not necessarily that they convert, but they benefited more from the chances that they were creating. Yeah, well said. Because they got their set pieces. Literally. They got their goals out of it. They got their extra chances off of the chances they were already making.
The year of the underdog continues to be a thing. Toluca, underdog, campeón.
15 years.
15 years without glory, and they finally get it. Good for them because they lost their last 3 to 4 finals, and they've lost finals at home as well. And finally, good for Toluca, good for Turco campeón with another team that is 4 times. He's won a trophy with a different club in the Liga MX. What a stats. And I'm going to say officially, Turco Mohamed owns America. The last manager to be America in a final with Monterrey was Turco. And he repeats it. America had finals after that one, and they've won them all. Props to Turco, because what a career.
It was funny because like when he went into the first leg, like we were looking at his outfit and shit. And then we were like, damn, he kind of looks beat the fuck up, you know, like he was stressing out and shit. It reminded me of like Pep when he started like scratching on top of his head and shit. I was like, damn, he looks like, you know, unusual because he's normally all suited up, y todo, like, se viste bien el cabrón.
I think back then it was like suit and tie, saco. Now it's fucking Burberry, bro.
That's what I'm saying. And then he pulls it to the Messi Diaz in a Burberry hoodie, and I'm like, damn, he's low key locked in.
He wore the Burberry throughout the whole season. But I wasn't expecting to pull it out for the fucking final against America. Way. Who had the Burberry dripped out?
Swag out.
No, that
he already knew what was going to happen. No. But shout out Turco. In my honest opinion, I think that's a top 3 Liga MX manager.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, undeniably.
100%. He's in that Mount Rushmore like we mentioned a couple of videos before. In our first initial Liga predictions, I said America wouldn't win 4 times in a row. I said Toluca will be campeón. Se me dio. I also said Pachuca will beat America. I also said Cruz Azul will beat America. I'm glad Toluca did it. And I'm glad my glorious king, Alexis Vega, what a fucking player, dude. He just is there at the right moments and he converts at the right moments. It wasn't even his best games in both legs. Like he was really not there. He was ghosted.
He ghosted the 180, but got the set piece. And he got the set piece.
He wasn't shooting. He wasn't involved in the final third.
Matters, bro.
Give credit to America's defense. But he's a set piece demon. And it shows.
Yeah,
that cross for Luan's goal was insane, man.
He picked out the one player that was getting man-marked by fucking Jonah Dos Santos of all people.
Are there any highs that you could point out on this America team these past 180 minutes?
Like in 180 minutes? I mean, shit. Not really, bro. This really wasn't, like I said, where I expected the most thrilling of the 4 finals that we've played. America played their worst. America played their worst. So, it's not like I said, it's not too bad. If I'm really being 100% honest, the United one hurt way more than this.
Okay.
Because,
that's kind of crazy.
Because I know America can come back to the final. I know America has the potential to still compete in these competitions, you know? Bro, Man United's in the fucking gutters. That was like our one chance to get out of the hood, bro.
Yeah, that was one time to get out of the hood.
It was raps.
You know, but you can't be, I guess I can understand what you're saying because America next week has a final technically to play.
We have
for a game.
We have a chance to play the Club World Cup. And if les va bien in the Club World Cup, then anything that happened previously can just be shit to bed or whatever. It's whatever. Where éramos tricampeones. We made a final. Jardine made 4 finals in his first 4 seasons as a manager.
Crazy.
He's going nowhere. The guy is already my biggest manager in Club America's history.
Over Piojo.
Over everyone, bro. Over
Ojitos Mesa, La Volpe.
Todos way. No one has done what Jardine has done. The legacy he established from the get-go will be recognized for years to come, bro.
And he got it wrong one time. And it was these 180 minutes.
And it had to be against, like you said, our true owner, Turco Mohamed.
It just had to be.
Because when you really want to own someone, you're going to stop them from winning shit.
Yeah.
That's where true ownership comes into play. And Turco Mohamed does it whenever he needs to. Whenever America is on his path, he's relentless. And let's put this more into perspective. Turco Mohamed managed Cholos, campeón.
En Nemesio 10 too.
Managed Monterrey, campeón. Managed Pumas.
Managed
America.
Campeón.
Managed Toluca.
Campeón.
And of course, the odd one out. Of course, the one team that this guy's resume was shattered by was none other than los grandes históricos de
Pumas. Grandes históricos. And Pumas in the same sentence? Wankers. Bro, if that's the trend, bring Turco to Chivas, loads. Bro, we're trying to win. Like, I'm tired of seeing America in the fucking Liga. Real quick on the highs and lows. There was a couple of highs on America and there's some lows. Highs. Cáceres and Isra Reyes are dogs, way.
One of them is going to leave.
Yeah. Isra is, I think, good enough to play in Europe. I think he can play because of his... just because he's available to play center back, right back, maybe
the versatility to play through the back line, is really crucial.
And we saw what he can do when he steps into the final third. I mean, come on. That all started from the back.
Bagged.
Cáceres is un tanque, güey. Like the commentators were creaming and glazing. I really don't agree with the any commentators on Univision, but with what they were saying about Cáceres, I agree. But it looks like Cáceres just fucks up again in another final. When America loses finals, it's because of Cáceres.
In retrospect, se parece así.
Yeah.
But like, I don't really think he did anything wrong. It was a last man tackle. He was really close, bro. He was really fucked. That like I could still see a VAR call. I could still see the ref going to go check.
He was really close, and this player was freshly subbed in, was taking it down the whole half.
Bro. He was already at like top speed. Yeah, he was gone. So no, man, Cáceres, he's a fucking joy to watch. So considering he is normally that guy that has let us down, from time to time, he's definitely really stepped up in his ability, his consistency. Consistency is the most important thing when it comes to talking about Cáceres. And this guy, week in, week out, is probably our strongest player on the back line.
Now, I want to get to the lows. And there's one low that I really do want to mention. Chiquito Sanchez.
How?
It's like that one meme. Chiquito Sanchez, what does he even do?
What do you mean?
What is he doing? Chiquito Sanchez, what does he do?
It's a box-to-box midfielder. ¿Qué tienes que hacer?
Get that. Defensively, what does he give you?
Just press, you know?
There's nothing defensively where I'm like, okay, I can't remove this guy. Going forward, what does he give you?
Just
not goals,
press.
not assists. Creating chances, machine, he's not that. Diego Valdez in the first leg, went in for a couple minutes, put a dime to Buffalo. I don't see Chiquito doing that shit. I think Chiquito Sanchez is just reaching into the final third. He can, be silky here and there because of his stature and his size, whatever. But I don't think he's good enough for America. I'm going to say that right now.
I think he's a relentless midfielder, someone that can get you, someone that can continuously run the length of the pitch up and down for you.
And hold the ball and pass the ball well. Pero it's nothing where it's like an outstanding trait that he has.
You're right.
It's like, fuck, man. Because you see Fidalgo, I'm like, okay, this guy's ball control, dribbling, passing, whatever. It's a whole different level between Fidalgo and Chiquito Sanchez.
Yeah, of course.
But I don't think Chiquito Sanchez is fit for America to play game and expect big things out of him. I think sooner or later, things are going to start crushing down for Chiquito Sanchez. I don't know if you guys agree with me in the comments below, but that's my take on Chiquito.
I definitely think he had a much better season than he did last
year. Yes, obviously, I agree.
That was rock bottom. He couldn't have gotten worse, let's be real. And you know what? I think maybe I am probably holding a bit of, bias in terms of like protecting or like defending him, because I have seen, I did watch how incredibly sorry he was last season and watch him at least work his ass off to try to get into the starting 11 and try to fit the dynamic that Jardine wants him to provide, I'm not necessarily saying he gets you goals. You're right. He really doesn't. Does he get you assists? No, not really. But I do see a relentless midfielder. And if we can provide those chance creators and those defensive workhorses around him, then I think there's no reason that Chiquito Sanchez can't thrive.
So you think his best is still yet to come from America?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
I think next season is really going to be a do or die with a lot of these players. Not necessarily Jardine. Maybe Jardine, starts getting offers and shit outside of Europe and he wants to pursue something else, maybe. But I think it's do or die for a lot of the players in the club and whether they want to continue playing at America.
America has a team that has had the same players for a couple of years playing together now.
Yeah.
So I do see some exits coming. We mentioned a couple. And we might have new additions going into America, and that's where I come into my prediction or take that I said a while ago that like maybe the end of America's glory days are near soon over. Which can be a thing. Which can be.
I won't push it. I won't push it
that
away.
far.
I won't push it away. I'm definitely going to disagree, but I won't say it's not something that can't happen.
Yeah.
You lot were waiting for me to cry on this vid, huh? It's all good though. I already cried. I cried all my tears yesterday, so that way I couldn't do it on camera.
I still find it surprising that the America that I saw against Cruz Azul in the second leg was
not there, bro.
So different to what I saw against Toluca.
That's what I'm saying. No way.
That's the thing.
We played the fight back in the first leg, and we fucking built from our mistakes and went more offensive. Why didn't we do that in the second leg of the final, bro, when it was our last chance to do something?
Yeah. So, lads, if you guys are Toluca fans, congratulations. Chivas fans, congratulations. Cruz Azul fans, congratulations. I am happy. I'm livid. I'm finally seeing America lose.
America losing is the best thing that happened to Chivas fan in the past 5 years.
And Cruz Azul fans. And
I can't forget my Chemos, low-key.
Your Chemos. And Toluca, you guys eliminated them the other day. Past season, huh? You guys took them out. Yeah. You guys took them out.
I think the main talking point was to sum it up was that Toluca deserved it. And America did it. Simple as that, bro. It's football. Shit happens. The better team won.
Fair and square Toluca. And it's good to see que el líder sea campeón.
Yeah. It always makes sense.
It was the best team within the 17 games, and they were the best team in the Liga.
The best offensive team beat the best defensive team.
Yeah.
And
it's what it was.
Yeah, so fair play.
It was a good build up to the final, first and second place. Toluca beating second place, beating them outright nicely, fair and square, I would say. So might agree. Pero it's good. They had El Goleador. They had Paulinho Goleador, Alexis Vega MVP, 23 goal contributions in 20 games or whatever it was. And he finally gets his trophy, man.
The Turco also gets another trophy that he deserves. And it was, like I'm saying, it's just deserving.
Yeah, it was deserving.
In every level.
In every level.
That's all it was. That's all it was.
It was a fun season.
It's always
It was a fun
It's
season.
always a fun season.
There was a lot of goals, good bangers. You know, America doing what they could to get into the final, but it just wasn't enough.
I can't wait to see what Chivas player is gonna break out after you guys fucking sell him.
Now we're back, boys.
And then breakout season.
We're back. Chivas. Gabriel Milito, decent manager, but we're bringing in Cotorro Gonzalez from Pachuca, Elias Montiel from Pachuca, and I think there was another player in the mix. I forgot who it was.
Straight wankers.
Straight wankers, but we'll dog on America. We'll dog on America. I think that's a wrap. Any last comments, Keeks? More so Keeks and me.
16-time champions. You'll never sing that. And on that note, we're going to end it there. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys leave a comment. Let us know how your favorite team did at the end of the season. And Arriba la América, boys.
Lads, if there's something you guys want to tell Keeks right now, do it in the comments below because right now he's vulnerable. He's vulnerable right now. So please attack this bastard. That is it, lads, from us. Peace.